Yo guys, welcome to this week's vlog. So I've had my home for around 3 years now and it's been through quite a few changes, but I'm really happy with how everything looks right now. And if you couldn't tell from my vlogs, I'm definitely a homebody. Like, I love staying at home. And in this week's vlog, I wanted to share with you guys 5 things that I feel made my space feel extra cozy. So the first thing you probably notice when you walk into my living room is the floor to ceiling sheer curtains, and their role is to let in soft and natural light. It definitely makes the space feel more open and calming. I'll try and find a photo of the walls without them just to compare how much it changes the space. But these shears specifically, I got them from a store called Freedom, and they sell like different sizes, so you just have to measure up your wall and figure out what size works, or you pay the premium and get custom made and not worry about any of this. But if you're looking for like a fun project to do and you want to save some money, I think all up this costed me like 500 Australian dollars. But you can also get shears from IKEA. I do have them in other rooms, which I'll show a video of. But that's definitely the first thing I would consider when you want to make your space a lot more cozy. I forgot to mention, they also add privacy. So I currently have blinds underneath. The shears help so that you can't really see what's going on inside. So if you're standing outside, the sheer kind of diffuses what's going in, so you don't really see what the person's up to. So say you walk around with your underwear, for example. Not that I do that, maybe. But if I would have no shears at all, you would straight up see inside what's going on. So they do have that functional aspect to it too. So you've probably seen reels about why people never turn on the big light, and honestly, it's so true. Having warm lights and pendants and just general diffused lighting definitely like sets the mood. It makes everything feel a lot more cozy. Something similar to this is like lighting up a candle at nighttime. The current lighting situation I have right now is I have these Akari light sculptures by Isamu Noguchi. I have 2 of them actually. So one's a pendant light and one's just like next to the TV as an accent light. You don't need these ones specifically. You can get dupes off like AliExpress. And I think I saw some like rice paper lamps at IKEA. These help like diffuse like the warm light bulb, and it gives your space a more cozy feel. The reason why I went with the Isamu Noguchi ones was I did have the dupes when I first moved in, but I think over time I started to appreciate the design of the Akari Lamp, so I just saved up and got it, and I'll definitely keep these for the rest of my life. The other source of lighting I have is the LED lights for the coffee machine, and those are just LED panels that I bought from like a lighting store, and I have them underneath the IKEA light shelf. You can either wire it to like a light switch, which is a bit more complicated. I had my dad help me out and teach me how to do that, or you can have it like run down like a PowerPoint. So the third thing I want to talk about is the use of natural elements and colors, basically just not white. So back when I was styling my old bedroom at my parents' house, I would always go for like the clean white aesthetic. I guess as I got older and like the more that I kind of just like soaked in the space, I guess, it always felt kind of flat and clinical. So like very, I don't know, I feel like the use of white reminds me of like a sterile clinical hospital or like a doctor's office. Like has to be all white, all clean, and has no like real character to it. And so I realized a cheat code to making your space more cozy is using wood tone and also contrasting colors. So for example, in my case, I'm going for the more mid-century modern aesthetic. So I like using darker wood tones like my dining table or my coffee table, and even my togo is like a whiskey brown. And having like contrasting colors such as like my black coffee table, I feel like it adds more warmth and depth to the space rather than going for like an all white aesthetic. By all means, if you like the clean, minimal look, go for that. But I think for my personal experience, if you want to go for that cozy vibe, experiment with colors, experiment with textures, use more wood tones, and you'll definitely notice a difference in your space. Plants instantly breathe life into your space. I feel like the green pops in like any environment, and having like that nature inside your home makes it feel more fresh and less sterile. So the plants that I currently have in my living space is the Faux Phoenix Palm, the Faux Peony, and I have a Devil's Ivy hanging on the shelf. The reasons why I chose these in particular was I wanted a large like kind of tree-ish plant next to my TV. I've had one in the past. I think I had it's like a Chinese money tree. Chinese something, I can't remember. but I bought it off Marketplace and I just couldn't keep it alive. I feel like it just kept dying. I think I either overwatered it or underwatered it or did something or not put it in the right lighting environment. So I went with this and this has been amazing. I would say this is more on the premium side of like faux plants, but it's definitely worth it because it looks super realistic, even down to like the burnt bits and the dying leaves. It has like all that elements into it. Very happy with this. For the faux peony, I've had flowers in the past, and honestly it was because like I watch all these influencers that would pick fresh flowers and put them in the space. But realistically, like I felt like that was super unsustainable. It would be really rare to just go out and buy flowers just to leave in your space and have it die. And also like I had these little things that fall out knowing to clean up. So I got the faux peony to kind of be like that floral centerpiece of the dining table. The reason why I went with the peony over the lily was because I have a peony like tattooed on my leg, so I thought it was kind of cool to kind of have that in the space. But even the faux peony, it has like burnt bits and like some dying leaves, which just adds to like that super realistic look. And for the IKEA lac shelf, I have the devil's ivy on top. This plant is like super easy to maintain. I water it once a week and I have no issues with it so far. Definitely if you're looking for like a beginner, easy plant, the devil's ivy is definitely something you should consider if you want that kind of like hanging, viney plant. Last tip I have is to experiment with like trinkets, some knickknacks, things that reflect you as a person and your personality. I have a daruma on my lac shelf. I have some Schmiskis that I bought in Japan just lying around. Even like the Lego Hokusai waves, like me and Jolie, we love Japan, so having that kind of like shows a bit about us. And we also have some books and some magazines lying around. My favorite one is probably like the Uniqlo ones. If you ever go into Uniqlo, they have like their catalog and it's free to take, so might as well. They add a bit of character. And I love Uniqlo. This is from Uniqlo, pants from Uniqlo, undershirts from Uniqlo, everything from Uniqlo. So it definitely shows a bit of me. So whether it's art, books, or random things, definitely like items with a story behind it. These little touches, like I feel like it definitely makes the space yours. All right, that's basically it for my 5 tips on making your space more cozy. If you guys have any questions about where I got some of my things, I'll try to link everything below. If you guys see anything you like or want to know where I got it from, don't be afraid to leave a comment. And if you guys stay this long, thank you for watching this week's vlog, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.